You're a conspiracy theorist if you don't believe the DNC and Podesta's emails were hacked by the Russians. You're a total nut. Wait, now we find out the testimony that just came out. That's why this is a story. We're just seeing this. They've had this for years now. But now we're seeing that nobody actually knows that. Hat tip the great Aaron Mate on Twitter, by the way. I think it's at Aaron J. Mate. Forgive me if I'm getting it wrong, but follow him. Another terrific account up there with Technofog, Undercover Huber, Jeff Carlson, Chuck Ross, Molly Hemingway, Sarah Carter, John Solomon. The list goes on and on and on. Byron York. Aaron Mate's another one. Aaron has some hat tips. Some screenshots. I hat tip Aaron. I got that backwards. Hat tip Aaron Mate for these screenshots. He's got some screenshots there of the actual testimony we've just gotten our mitts on. And surely the people involved in CrowdStrike definitely have evidence that the DNC was hacked by the Russians. Let's just go to the actual evidence here, something liberal. So media managers, please play this cut. Please, I just need everyone to see it. Check this out. Let's go to their testimony here. We can actually see it. So this is Sean Henry. Sean Henry, a former associate of Bob Mueller. Oh, I'll get to that in a little while. Who was one of the lead members of the CrowdStrike team. Again, not the FBI that was analyzing the DNC servers. CrowdStrike. So they're asking Sean Henry, who's, again, running this operation by CrowdStrike to make sure the DNC was hacked by the Russians. And he says, this is his own testimony. Yeah, there are times when we can see data exfiltrated and we can say conclusively. But in this case, let me say it one more time. But in this case, it appears it was set up to be exfiltrated, but we just don't have the evidence that says it actually left. I'm about to slam myself in the cojones with this gavel because you've got to be kidding me. I'm not even... Because, I need the pain to distract me from the fact that, wait, what? Wait, come again? Put that up one more time, please, Miss Paula. One more time. This is the guy whose company, CrowdStrike, Sean Henry, a former FBI guy who's tight with Bob Mueller, who now says they just don't have the evidence that said the data actually left the DNC. Come again. Come back to me. Say, what am I missing here? Everybody's been on TV, the serious, but not morons like me and Joe. We're the stupid people, clearly. We've been told, that's why in my next book, by the way, every time I write the hack, it's alleged. The Russians may have hacked the DNC. Unlike journalists, I'm willing to concede that. They may have. I'm simply suggesting to you, if they did, where is the actual evidence? Family-friendly show, self-censored F-bomb. Where's the evidence? Sean Henry doesn't have it? And CrowdStrike? Oh, my gosh. Well, surely the Russian GRU officers, you know the GRU, that Russian unit, Bob Mueller, prosecuted through the now obviously corrupt Mueller probe, obviously. When the investigation into Bob Mueller starts, I don't know, but it should have started yesterday if the GOP up on the Hill had any cojones at all. But surely the Russian GRU, these intel officers that we've been told hacked the DNC and exfiltrated or got the information out with the Trump team knowing the whole time, surely we have evidence that the GRU was involved. Hard evidence, right? I mean, we're talking about impeaching the president over this. We're told the president was a traitor, guilty of treason because he coordinated with the Russians and their intel officers who attacked our system. And surely the Mueller report has direct evidence of that, right? Well, again, hat tip Aaron Mate. Let's just go to the Mueller report and look where surely we have evidence. Apparently, during these connections, Unit 26165 officers, 26165 from the GRU, appear, wait, am I reading this right from the Mueller report? So these GRU officers appear to have stolen thousands of emails and attachments? Later released by WikiLeaks in July of 2016. So CrowdStrike, keep in mind, the FBI hasn't looked at the servers. Kind of interesting, right? Think the FBI would want to see those so they can get the evidence? Nope, no good. We're going to let CrowdStrike and Sean Henry, who used to work with Bob Mueller, we're going to let them look at it. We don't need the FBI. They don't have any conclusive evidence at all that it was exfiltrated to the Russians. They have a pattern, but they don't have any evidence that they're willing to admit to when it's under oath. Now you have Bob Mueller's own report where it appears that Russian intelligence may be involved in this, in the exfiltration of WikiLeaks. Oh, it appears? It appears. Bob Mueller appears to be full of, you get the rest. Now, you may say this case can't possibly get any worse. This Sean Henry from CrowdStrike, they looked at the servers, right? Sean Henry, remember our old friend, the Bob Muellers? Surely they said something, right? Indicating definitely that the Russians were in there and they got the information. Surely. Well, let's go back to the testimony from Sean Henry, which we're just seeing for the first time. But Adam Schiff has had forever and lied about because that's what Adam Schiff does. So Chris Stewart, congressman from Utah, he asked a question to Sean Henry. He said, you said, I believe, talking about the DNC computer, that you had indications that data was prepared to be exfiltrated, be shipped out to the Russians, right? But no evidence had actually left. Did I write that down correctly? Mr. Henry, yes. I can't believe we all got taken here. Well, not you or our listening audience. But there's about 10 to 15% of Democrats, maybe more, maybe 20%. I'll be generous, say 25. I'm not kidding. It's not a joke. Who are more than sane, rational people, probably more. They're sane, rational people. They'll never vote with us, but they're not crazy. They're not anti-American. They just believe different things than us. That's okay. We live in a constitutional republic where you're free and open to express your ideas and assemble and talk about them and petition your government to speak about it. And thank God. And that is not using the Lord's name in vain. But I'm speaking to them now. I'm not kidding. It's not a joke. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic or ridiculous or to hurt your feelings or anything. To those sane, rational Democrats, I know you're out there. Does this not bother you at all? We were told the Russians hacked the DNC. We're talking about impeaching a president over it. The country has been in limbo for 3 years, calling President Donald Trump, who you may not agree with and may not like, and that's fine. But you were calling him a traitor based on a collusion hoax we now know conclusively was a hoax, and a hack nobody can seem to prove? Oh, it appears we may have evidence, maybe, possibly. You have anything conclusive? No, I don't.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud and follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.